History was truly made tonight on WWE Raw as Triple H stepped into the spotlight and introduced a jaw-dropping revelation that sent shockwaves through the entire wrestling world. In a moment that no one could have anticipated, he unveiled a completely reimagined version of the Shield, igniting an electric reaction from the WWE Universe. The fans were left in stunned silence as a new chapter in WWE history unfolded right before their eyes. The mystery surrounding the trio behind the masks had been building for weeks, fueling speculation and anticipation, but what was revealed tonight surpassed every expectation. Triple H, now serving as WWE's chief content officer, took control of the narrative in a powerful and cinematic segment that redefined what fans thought they knew about the Shield. Gone were the familiar faces of Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose. In their place stood a brand new trio, each cloaked in tactical gear and masked in secrecy. As the lights dimmed and a darker, more aggressive remix of the Shield's iconic entrance theme thundered through the arena, the anticipation hit a fever pitch. Then, moving with calculated precision through the crowd, the three unknown figures made their way to the ring, each step echoing with authority and purpose. Triple H stood in the center of the ring, microphone in hand, delivering a powerful message that echoed through the arena. The Shield was never just about three individuals. It was always about the idea, the legacy, the message. And that idea, he declared, has now been reborn. The moment of truth arrived as each member removed their mask. First, the leader was revealed. Gunther, his intense gaze alone enough to silence the crowd. Beside him, Dragon Lee stood tall, bringing an explosive lucha libre flair. And finally, Ilya Dragunov completed the trio, embodying chaos and intensity with every movement. This new version of the Shield is not a carbon copy of its predecessor, it's a powerful evolution. Gunther takes on the role of the silent powerhouse, evoking the aura once held by Roman Reigns. Dragon Lee channels the energy of Seth Rollins, but with a unique high-flying, Latin American twist. Ilya Dragunov brings unpredictable, unrelenting fury, much like Dean Ambrose, but arguably even more volatile. It's clear that WWE isn't just recycling a concept, they're rewriting the rulebook. But the road ahead is anything but smooth. Seth Rollins, now leading his own group with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, made his presence felt immediately. His faction emerged onto the stage as the new Shield raised their fists in unison, the tension crackling between the two groups. This isn't just a rivalry, it's a war in the making. Paul Heyman, the man who played a pivotal role in the creation of the original Shield, won't sit idly by while a new generation threatens his legacy. Conflict is inevitable. As chaos brews, Roman Reigns was spotted backstage watching the segment unfold, his expression unreadable. Is he secretly involved in this resurrection, orchestrating events from behind the scenes? Or is Triple H simply outmaneuvering everyone with a strategic masterstroke, changing the direction of WWE while the rest try to keep up? Either way, the game has changed. New feuds are on the horizon. Gunther versus Braun Breaker promises brute force against unstoppable will. Ilya Dragunov versus Bronson Reed could be one of the most hard-hitting battles in recent memory. And with Dragon Lee thrown into the mix, the possibilities for dream matches are endless. Heyman's empire is on the defensive, and with SummerSlam approaching fast, everything is on the line. So, where does the WWE Universe go from here? Who will the new Shield target first? Will Roman Reigns step into the fray? And what will Seth Rollins do? Embrace this new era or fight it with everything he has? One thing is certain. The WWE has entered a new phase, and nothing will be the same again. Make sure you don't miss a second of it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned, because when these new hounds of justice are unleashed, the hunt will be relentless. Tonight marked a turning point in WWE history, an unforgettable moment that fans will be talking about for years to come. On an electrifying episode of Monday Night Raw, Triple H made a monumental announcement that turned the entire wrestling landscape upside down. In a segment filled with suspense, nostalgia, and sheer adrenaline, he officially introduced a brand new version of the Shield, a reimagined and revamped incarnation of one of WWE's most legendary factions. The atmosphere was electric, the anticipation was at an all-time high, and when the reveal finally happened, the WWE Universe was left in complete disbelief. It wasn't just another debut. It was a declaration that a new era had begun. For weeks, the rumor mill had been buzzing with speculation. Whispers of Roman Reigns rebuilding the Shield had been circulating throughout the locker room and the internet wrestling community, fueling fan theories and sparking debates. But as it turns out, no one had the full story. No one predicted that the mastermind behind this rebirth wouldn't be Reigns, but rather Triple H himself, WWE's current chief content officer and one of the most strategic minds the company has ever known. And as only he could, he executed the reveal with dramatic precision, catching fans and superstars alike completely off guard. The segment began like any other. The lights in the arena dimmed. The crowd quieted. Then suddenly, the familiar opening notes of the Shield's iconic theme blasted from the speakers. But this wasn't the version fans remembered. This was a darker, heavier, more menacing remix. It wasn't just music. It was a signal, a warning, a message that something massive was about to happen. Then, emerging from the audience just like the original Shield used to, three mysterious, masked figures clad in updated tactical gear made their slow, deliberate march toward the ring. The energy in the arena was electric. Fans rose to their feet, unsure of what they were witnessing, but knowing it was something historic. When the figures finally stepped into the ring, Triple H was waiting for them. Microphone in hand, he addressed the crowd with conviction. The Shield, he said, was never just about Roman, Seth, and Dean. It was never just about three men in black. It was an idea. It was a symbol. It was a mission. And, tonight, that mission continues. The crowd held its breath as the masked men stood in formation. Then, in a moment that will be etched in WWE history, they removed their masks, one by one, revealing themselves to the world. The leader was none other than Gunther, the ring general himself, whose cold, intense stare said more than words ever could. As the new spearhead of this resurrected Shield, Gunther brings an overwhelming presence and raw power reminiscent of Roman Reigns' role in the original trio, yet with a terrifying new edge. Next to him stood Dragon Lee, a high-flying sensation known for his breathtaking agility and lucha libre roots. His inclusion gave this new group a dose of speed and excitement that paralleled Seth Rollins in his early Shield days, but with an entirely fresh flair. And finally, Ilya Dragunov removed his mask, his eyes wild and full of fire. Dragunov's reputation for unrelenting aggression and unpredictability instantly invoked memories of Dean Ambrose, yet his version of chaos feels even more intense, almost unhinged in its energy. The WWE Universe erupted into deafening cheers and gasps as this new version of the Shield stew.